was asked about extreme weather, and we went right to the best. Here to answer your questions today is weatherman extraordinaire Al Roker. We've been hearing a lot about tornadoes, which are another extreme weather example. Can you tell us a little bit about how they're formed?
Well, again, usually there's a squall line of severe thunderstorms, and there's a lot of warm, moist air coming up out of the south. From the south, there's cooler air aloft coming in from the north, and then you get a jet stream on top of that. A line of thunderstorms forms, and when that jet stream comes across, there starts to be a rotation within that thunderstorm. And depending on the strength of the jet stream, you'll get enough rotation that a funnel cloud forms, and it drops down. The problem with tornadoes, unlike a hurricane where you can have a warning or you know about a hurricane coming, can be up to 2 weeks in advance. A tornado, at best right now, we can do about 10 to 20 minutes of a warning. We can put out tornado watches, which tell people in a wide area conditions are right for a tornado to happen. But a tornado warning means that it is imminent. We can see some sort of rotation on the radar, or somebody has actually laid eyes on a tornado. And by that time, it's on the ground, and it's almost too late.
Obviously, some tornadoes are far more destructive than others. What is it about some that makes them?
Well, there's what we call long track tornadoes that stay on the ground a long time. There's the size of tornado, that tornado that was in Moore, Oklahoma, the widest on record, 2.6 miles wide. The tornado itself, the circumference of the funnel cloud was more than 2.5 miles wide. So some tornadoes come down and hit and then go back up and then come back down again. But long track tornadoes stay on the ground, literally the way it sounds, a long time and do an amazing swath of damage. So that unlike the hit or miss nature of some smaller tornadoes. And there's a tornado scale, a gentleman named Dr. Fujita, who came up at the University of Chicago, came up with a scale of rating them for, again, wind speed. And they go, now it's called the Enhanced Fujita scale. It goes from an EF0 to an EF5. The one that hit Moore, Oklahoma was an EF5. That's the top of the scale, winds of over 300 miles per hour. And as you might imagine, it's very hard for any structure to withstand something like that. You don't normally worry about tornadoes here in the Northeast, but that's been happening more and more. You have to be very aware of your surroundings and your weather situation.
That's another thing I was wondering. They don't really happen as much up here where there's mountains, but in the south, is that like because they have places to form?
Well, it's more, you have more wide open spaces in the plains, but we've now seen some tornadoes in the Pacific Northwest. There was one in Oregon last week. We're seeing them down in Florida, down in Miami. There was one in Baltimore last week. So while they generally don't form here in the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, more and more we're seeing that. But again, the conditions are, they call it Tornado Alley in the Midwest, but even that area has expanded, and areas that haven't seen as many tornadoes are seeing more. The safest place is in a basement or in the innermost part of your home. It used to be common knowledge or a common sense was to get into, say, an interior bathroom because of all the pipes, metal pipes and such. That was more of a reinforced area in your home. The problem now is a lot of home construction, the pipes are made out of plastic, and so they don't really offer much more protection than any. So get into the most interior, most closet you have. If you're in the basement, get under a heavy piece of furniture like a workbench or something like that. If you're in a car and you see a tornado, get out of the car, try to find the lowest point in the ground, like a ditch or something like that. Cover your head and ride it out. Because a car becomes a projectile if it gets caught up in a tornado. And sadly, we just had 3 storm chasers killed in a vehicle in that Moore, Oklahoma tornado. Hi, everybody. I'm Al Roker, and you're watching Teen Kids News. They're teens, kids, it's news.